Tonight on Police 10-7...
Have a chatter.
A drunken dad comes under family fire.
You promised me that. Don't you drink and drive, because it kills me to death.
And a skirmish turns sour when tempers rage out of control.
I wasn't stomping on the guy's head.
Well, how come everyone says you were?
I was not stomping on the guy's head.
Police discover New Zealand's next drama diva at the scene of an assault.
Why has it taken her 10 minutes to suddenly start all this pain?
And later, a Hastings shoplifter decides to play the age card.
88. That makes you 17,
No. 15. Turning 16. Can you count?
Saturday afternoon at the Auckland Police Communications Centre, and Julie Caldwell is in the middle of an urgent call about a distressed child in Manarewa.
Police emergency, what is your emergency?
Hello, I'm actually at the Weymouth Dairy on Weymouth trying to wake up the father.
If you could just keep the little girl with you there, and if you could call us back immediately if he goes to take off and which way he goes, and they'll be with you as soon as possible.
The case goes to dispatcher Michael Wilson, and he in turn radios the details through to Constables Leon Pete and Mark Chapman.
Roger, ready for 1K details.
Weymouth here, Avenue in Weymouth.
Yeah, go to this.
At the dairy car park at that location, there is a male asleep in a car. A 5-year-old girl has come from the vehicle into the shop saying Daddy won't wake up. It appears the male is intoxicated.
I'm trying to wake him up. I've just given this one a feed.
At the dairy, the officers find a guy slumped in a car, and the informant, who's now looking after the little girl she'd called police about.
You see him driving?
No, I just parked over there and saw this one trying to wake up Daddy. And I thought he was in a coma with diabetes, so I checked him out.
Judging by the smell coming out of the car, the only coma here is alcohol-induced.
Here's your water. You want some more chippies? Yeah?
You can wait there for me? Good girl. Where's the keys? Not in your pocket, are they?
Hey, bro, I'm just going to say to you, don't ever drink and drive with a kid in the car. You promised me that. Don't you drink and drive, because it kills me to death.
Hold on, I'll grab you.
James is still finding it difficult to remember where he is, but he's sitting in the driver's seat and he knows he's got to come up with a story. Unfortunately, he comes up with one police here every day. His mate was driving.
Okay, what's your mate's name? Thinking. Number one priority is your daughter's safety, okay? I reckon you drove here, okay?
I'm driving.
All right, how else did the car get here? Your mate drove it. You don't even know your mate's name. There's no mate here anymore. And you're asleep in the driver's seat.
Nobody around the dairy saw James arrive, so Mark Chapman decides to carry on the search for witnesses at James's place.
All right, and we'll go around and just have a quick chat to your mother. No worries. All right? Okay, mate. So was it just those two in the car when they left here?
My son and his daughter?
Yeah.
Apparently, yes.
Did you see that?
I've been called out to
Okay, who saw that? Who was driving the car? He was driving the car. Was he?
And he took his daughter with him.
Okay.
It's my granddaughter.
All right.
Yeah, see?
What's your name? Good girl.
Of course. Hard.
I'm just going to chat to your son. I'll do it by myself,
Why
right?
don't you just take him?
You've just been ratted on by your family, mate. You left here driving the car.
I left here driving the car?
Yes.
Fuck, this bullshit.
Hey?
It's bullshit.
James isn't about to admit an offence on the evidence of a 5-year-old girl. But his behaviour hasn't impressed anybody, and an auntie comes forward to make a statement.
That sister saw him drive the car.
Which one?
Here,
The one that was supposed to go and get the, was supposed to take the kids.
Okay.
He left on the car. She saw him.
Well, I've got evidence, mate, to say that you've been drinking and driving, all right? So what I'm going to do now is we're going to go back to the station, and I'm going to get you to blow in the machine. All right? Because you're coming back now, you've got some rights. I'll let you know them or what they are, all right? You're not obliged to say anything. Anything you do say will be used in evidence. You know what that means? You have the right to breath to make a statement. Okay, I now require you to undergo an evidential breath test without delay. Away you go.
As he's going through the process at Wirrie Station, James is trying to remember the name of the mate he says drove him to the dairy.
831. Okay, so that's over twice the legal limit. Okay?
And even after he gets the bad news, he still thinks there's somebody out there who might help him.
You know, before we go home, man. Yep. Could we go up to it to meet Gilford's, please? Just so we can see. Yeah.
What you going to tell me?
He picked up his kids and
what you need to do, okay, if you have people that can swear, are prepared to swear under oath to a judge, keep in mind the charge of perjury, okay, which is lying in court, okay, bring them along as your witnesses, okay, that's your job now, alright, I'm summoning you right now to appear, okay, I've got evidence to say that you drove.
But that wasn't the end of James's problems. A check of his record showed he'd been in trouble before.
We're just going to go around and impound his car because he is currently a disqualified driver for a previous charge of drink driving. So we're going to go around and pick his car up, and he loses his car for 28 days pursuant to that. Chuck your belt there.
In court, James pleaded guilty to driving with excess blood alcohol. He was disqualified from driving for a further 10 months and given 150 hours of community service. It's late on Friday night, and officers Gerard O'Lone and Julia Robson have just been called to another alcohol-fuelled incident in the central city.
Just a report of males fighting in the viaduct. Just a passerby, seen a group of guys punching. So we'll check it out.
When they get to the bottom of Queen Street, they find a man sprawled in the middle of the road who appears to be trying to make it to the footpath. And by the time they get out of the patrol car, Detective Constable Stephen Shaw is trying to get some sense out of the guy.
What's your name? Hey? What's your name? Stand up.
I stand up now. Help me up. Help me with this shit.
Stand up.
Help me with this shit. I don't remember that shit. Just help me with this shit. This guy got hiding from...
Who?
No, this is my brother. He got hiding from some guys. A couple of guys down there. One of them was wearing a white beanie.
He's alright, just step away for a second.
Oh, can I grab my hat then?
Yeah. So your brother, is he?
Yeah, he's my brother.
Just take a seat over there, okay?
Down the road, police have got hold of a couple of teenagers suspected of attacking Eric. But although he's beginning to come around, Eric isn't keen to cooperate.
Get him to sit on these steps, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Central, baby.
Oh, yeah. Just want to get him to stand up.
Yeah.
Just get him to stand, sit down somewhere.
Nah, he's alright. He's just got a hiding from a couple of other guys that try to get a couple of my cousins here. Yeah, bro.
And where are these guys gone?
Oh, fuck. I don't know. They were chasing us before. But we tried to run. This guy was a bit drunk. He couldn't run as fast.
So where do these guys go, mate? Yeah, just have a seat.
Eric isn't making any sense, and it's difficult to tell whether it's the booze or the beating. But a couple of people on the street saw the whole affair unfold.
These guys down here, these guys firstly have had a scrap with these guys, and in retaliation they've found this guy one up by himself, given him a toweling and stomped on his head. It's been witnessed by this gentleman here.
Who are these guys?
Yeah, these two guys here, these two offenders with Julia, and stomping on this guy's head.
Yeah?
I was talking to the guy who I saw, and one of them ran across the road and hit me. I was not stomping on the guy's head.
At this stage you're under arrest for assault. Because you're under arrest, you've got some rights, okay? You're not obliged to say anything, anything you do say may be given in evidence. You've got the right to consult and instruct a lawyer in private without delay.
Back at Auckland Central, Paul and Jason are put through processing, and it appears that the beating they handed to Eric had come at the end of an all-in brawl between two groups of youths.
I probably throw a couple of punch, I'm not sure.
Yeah? Anything else?
No. There's not. When I hit them while I'm on the ground, when they got me on the ground at the same time, yeah, that's it.
Okay. We'll arrest them for assault at this stage, and we're going to ascertain as to any more charges Obviously, when you start kicking people in the head when they're down, you're looking at more serious charges, so we'll go from there.
But Paul and Jason would never face any penalty. The charges were withdrawn because a key witness was overseas when the case was due to be heard, and Eric decided he didn't want to appear in court.
Okay, me and my uncle just pop out with this idea we should go to the supermarket. There's the closest one, and that, yeah, we should go and get some stuff. And when we got to the counter, I tried the card and it declined, and I said, oh, can we go and get my card? And when we went up to the car to get the card, we got stopped at the exit by the security guards. He finds a bottle and a casket of wine. Yeah. And then the pigs arrive.
It's a story police hear every day as constables Andrew Clinton and Vanessa Jones arrive at Hastings Pack and Save, where Eva and her uncle Bruce are being held for shoplifting.
Yeah, this is a regular thing here, isn't it? Yeah.
Right, the story is the two of them have been to the shop. They both entered the alcohol
He's
section.
blaming
Just
it
a
on me.
moment. Hang on. Just be quiet for a minute. Our friend out there was seen watching this one put the wine in her backpack, which she was wearing when stopped at the door.
Yep.
Right, she now claims she didn't take anything. He was supposed to go to the car and get a receipt, and he just hung around the door doing nothing.
Okay. Okay, so we'll grab some details, eh? Yeah, we'll go from there. Okay. While these guys fill out their paperwork.
Admitting he's an old hand at this game, Bruce offers no resistance. But Eva denies she's done anything wrong.
We're going out very shortly, okay?
But I didn't do anything. He did it all. I didn't even know he was doing it. Why should you take anything? I didn't even fucking do anything. Say it.
88. That makes you 17, doesn't it?
No. 15. Turning 16. Can you count to? Is that right?
What year is it?
88.
No, what year are we in now though? 2006?
2006. I'm just turning 16.
Yeah. Well, check your address out there, your date of birth anyway down at the station now, because you're bound to be in there, aren't you?
Mathematical prowess aside, Eva is fighting a losing battle and in desperation tries to turn the tables.
You can't take me into jail, into cell.
We can, yeah.
But I'm at the age of 15.
Well, you don't actually know how old you're at this stage, so we're taking you.
I can't get my lawyer until you say.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. And I can't sue you, so.
You can do what you like.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. Well, at this stage we've got enough to arrest you on it, okay? That's what I'm saying. We're arresting you on shoplifting.
What did I do?
You put the stuff into your bag.
No, I
We're not
didn't.
arguing about it now.
I didn't do that stuff. Who did it then?
With her excuses exhausted, Eva joins Bruce as they're handed their trespass notices and taken back to the station for processing.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
No, you understand? Can't come back here for 2 years.
Good as gold. If you do, you get locked up. Further inquiries have actually led us to find out that the guy actually has an outstanding warrant from Gisborne, so he will be staying the night with us and he'll be going to court tomorrow morning on that. In relation to the other shoplifting charge, he'll be bailed to appear next week at the Hastings District Court on that. He's a prolific shoplifter. He's been doing this numerous times throughout Hastings for the last couple of weeks. After being given a bit of a runaround by the young girl, we found out that she's actually 15, so she'll be basically processed and then returned home.
It's like the first time I've been in trouble other than assault. Yeah.
Bruce was charged with shoplifting and along with other charges he was convicted and ordered to pay a total of $251 in reparation and court costs and given 160 hours of community work. Eva was referred to Youth Aid and let off with a warning.
Yeah, we've just received information from comms that there's a bunch of people fighting in the street at Mount Roskill, males and females, so we're heading there to pull them apart, lock a few of them up probably.
There's up to 10 people fighting in Keystone Avenue outside of the apartment.
By the time constables John Schoon and Dwayne Minter arrive at the scene, the fight's over and one man is nursing injuries to his body and legs.
What's going on?
My neighbour who actually watched the whole lot,
Who's your neighbour?
This guy's the one that's been hurt. He got beaten up. He came to pick up this young kid, and he's not allowed. And so there's been a fight.
Sorry?
They drag him up from the car.
Drag him out of the car? Yeah. How many?
All of them.
But they definitely
Eh?
kicked me and punched me hard as they could.
Michael had been asked to pick up a 12-year-old boy from his grandparents' place by the boy's mother, who lives in Singapore. But when he tried to leave, the family had attacked.
What's been happening?
Okay, I received call from the boy's mother. She told me to come and pick him up. That's what I do. I came here.
Is it your partner or?
No. Just a friend.
Okay.
So I came here to pick up that boy. The bag there, he popped the bag into my boot. Before he jumped into the car, this whole group of people pinned me down on the floor. Then they pinned me down on the floor and then they attacked me.
Yep. Do you know the people that were attacking you?
Some of them I know.
You know them, okay. Do you want to make a complaint?
Yes.
You do?
When they come down together, we saw the man hit his mom.
Hit her?
Yeah.
What do you mean hit her?
How to say?
Alright, so we'll see you in a
He didn't do that.
He did. We saw it together.
And so what happened after that?
Just when things aren't looking good for the family involved in the attack, the grandmother acts. 1 minute she's up and about, the next she's a writhing ball of agony on the ground.
What's your name? Excuse me? Excuse me, ma'am.
She doesn't speak any English, I can tell you that.
Scooney.
What's wrong with her?
She said the man hit her stomach.
Why is it taking her 10 minutes to suddenly start all this pain?
She was sitting up before, she was fine. Tell her to get up if you can and go inside. You alright?
Having failed to impress with her writhing, the grandmother now tries to expel her stomach through her mouth.
She was fine 2 seconds ago. You're sure? I'm sure. You're sure? You're sure? She's fine, she's acting. Tell her to get up. You're sure? And walk. You're sure? I'm sure, okay? Tell her she needs to get off the street and go inside her house.
As soon as Granny realises that nobody's going to take any notice, she's back in the fray. And police can get on with trying to work out what's happened.
What relationship is he to you?
Well, I'm just a friend of my mum's.
A friend of your mum's. So just before he was leaving to come over here,
My mum called
your
me
mum
and
called
we
you?
told her we told her to call him not to come.
The boy's saying that before you arrived, saying he didn't have to go with you.
No. Why would I come here?
Yeah, but you might have already...
I can go home and watch TV or do something else. Why would I come here? I'm here because she said please come here because the son is sick, running a high fever. Take him to see doctor and then after that bring him back to Nam place.
But that might have been the phone call you got first.
Yes.
But before you arrived here, he'd already received a phone call from his mum saying...
How do you know that?
That's
why wouldn't she call me first to tell me, or I can turn around and go home?
What he's telling me is that he received a phone call from his mum saying that he didn't have to go with you.
I am telling you what I know. I can't tell you what I don't know.
Nobody knows why Michael was attacked, but there's little doubt that he was. And, as one of the witnesses reveals in a nearby garage, the grandmother was not a victim.
Dragged him out.
The old lady dragged him out?
Yeah, old lady first dragged him out. The old lady was provoking the issue. And she was hitting him badly, and also she was provoking the other guys to hit him. Everyone was hitting him apart from the kid and the young girl. Even the old lady.
So it's the two men and the old lady.
The old lady.
People that live in the street have told us a different story than what you're saying. That you and the rest of the family have attacked this man in his car. Drag him out of the car.
My children, my sister's children, bed in his car
car, in his car.
The bag is in his car.
Yeah,
I
so,
realise.
so I want to take the bag out.
Yeah.
Just this.
But does that justify beating him up?
You've dragged him out of the vehicle, you and the other guy, and you've kicked him and you've punched him.
He want to drive a car, go out.
Drive the car off.
Yeah. So
well, I would probably want to drive the car off too if someone was punching me. Both under arrest for assault. Alright, not obliged to say anything you do so maybe.
The boy was left in the grandmother's care and the two men were taken to Auckland Central Police Station for processing. Nobody ever discovered why the attack had happened, but both men pleaded guilty to common assault. One was convicted and fined a total of $755, while the other was ordered to pay $125 in reparations and discharged without conviction. Next week on Police 10-7, Henderson Police dispatched to a devastating road rage incident, fined more than expected, when a familiar face comes to check out the action.
Alright, you don't mind if I just run you through the system then? Stop! Stop! I'm going to spray you! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
And a jealous ex turns to stalking his sweetheart.
So where'd you climb up that fire escape, did you?
Yeah.
Have you climbed up there before, have you?
No.
And another drunk driver puts Dwayne's endurance to the test.
If I ain't been apprehended by the police, you should read my rights.
It's nearing the end of the night shift, and Auckland Delta officer Guy Baldwin and his dog Raz are on their way back to their Ellerslie base when a motorcycle rockets past at high speed.
Comstatter. Yeah, Benson Road got a motorbike. Passengers no helmets doing a runner from me. Stopped and then took off at high speed in the vicinity of Benson and Oraki Road. Over. I've lost them. 10-4.
Yeah, Oraki, do you know?
I don't know, Scotty. I think I might have even ducked into properties around here. Got around the corner and gone.
Copy.
EGJ data. Well, that might be his hat.
The 4 or 5 Delta.
Yeah, any plain car. Just wondering if you make your way to Benson Road. It's quite likely this thing may have just dropped into properties. I just wonder if you could drop into a holding pattern around Oraki, Benson, in case this motorbike pops out again. I have a feeling this thing is close by. I don't think they've actually gone.
As other units join the search for the missing bike, a guy comes out of a side street shouting about a crash.
10-4, please.
It's the bike guy's been looking for, and the rider's abandoned his injured passenger to her fate.
Okay, where are we? What's the address here?
Benson Road.
Comstatter 24.
Oh, okay, there's somebody else riding the bike today. Okay, somebody's running away.
Yeah, stand by, Comstatter 24.
Go inside, quick!
Comstatter 24. Yeah, could I have an ambulance to the corner of Luce and Benson? The bike has lost control. We have the passenger here with possible head injuries. Driver has decamped. I'll get back to you with further. Where did he go? Did you see where the...
Didn't see a thing.
No.
Okay, whereabouts is he? Is he hurt?
No.
Is he hurt?
I don't know. Did he yell out or anything?
Hey, what's your name? Who?
Somebody we can ring for her?
Yeah, I've got an ambulance on the way. Just stay.
Parents or anything?
Yeah, we'll come to that. EGJ data. Can you come to my location and just hang out with this female? I just want to get the dog out and have a look for the driver.
Finally, Guy and Raz get to start their track, and it seems the fleeing rider didn't choose the easiest escape route.
You go ahead.
Are you from Auckland or are you from Wellington?
As Raz tries to get a firm fix on the track, Police are already investigating the crash, and both rider and passenger are lucky to have escaped alive.
We've just done a runner down here, and we can see the skid marks just along here, and they've skidded all the way down to where the bike is down here. So it's quite a long skid. So I just wonder how the drivers walked away from it.
To make things worse, the bike's stolen, and Guy and Raz are having no luck latching onto the rider's scent.
That's me done.
There are so many people around that Raz can't find the one he's supposed to be looking for.
The Good Samaritans, the neighbours have come out and sort of contaminated a bit somewhat for us working with the dog. We don't know where he's gone at this stage. Inquiries will be carried out and we'll hopefully get an angle on who our driver was. Hope he's not badly injured.
Scene contamination is one of the biggest problems that dog handlers face.
Yeah, jobs like that are always uphill. People coming out to, assist injured people, doing the right thing. It's great for Good Samaritans. It's not so great for the dog because it does contaminate the area and there's scent everywhere. And if we don't have a direction to travel, I can't really tell the dog who we're looking for. And not sure who we're trying to find.
The missing bike rider was arrested the next day and eventually sentenced to 1 year and 10 months in jail. Jane was treated at Auckland Hospital and later pleaded guilty to unlawfully getting on a motorcycle. She was discharged without conviction after making a $300 charitable donation.
17 from 7.
It's just after 9 o'clock on Wednesday, and West Auckland Constables Kelly Jones and Wayne Gear are responding to an emergency call from a nearby street.
We've just been called to a priority 1 domestic dispute. No information really at this stage. The person, the informant on the other end of the phone, is yelling down the phone at comms. The phone is then being taken off that person by someone else at the address.
I think your offenders, male poly black hair, short stocky build. It's 1K.
By the time police get to the scene, the suspect's already gone and the people in the house are recovering from his drunken attack.
Trespass order against my husband and he wouldn't.
He's just wandered down the road.
He's drunk. And then he tried to
attack me.
He hit from behind, so he couldn't hit him.
We're just going to my sister and my husband.
There's a trespass order on him.
I know. This is what happens when you come to help people.
Terry had tried to beat off Dave, the woman's ex-husband, and been thumped for his trouble. But just as police are beginning to take down some details, Dave speeds past in a Subaru.
That's him? We're going to turn back.
There's him in the car. All right. Thanks, guys. Comes HSI. Yeah, we've just been off with the informant at the address. The offender had left. We've just seen him fly past in a vehicle, a silver Impreza. And we're just off trying to find where he's gone. He's disappeared out of sight at this stage.
Well, motorway?
Yeah. Nah.
No, we'll go as far as 7.
Yeah.
15 minutes later, it looks like Dave's got away. But then he makes his second mistake of the night.
Our comm centre has just received a phone call notifying them of a hit and run incident. The offending vehicle is now down the street and we suspect it could well be the person that we're looking for the domestic. Comms HSI 10-7.
A vehicle screamed down the road and sideswiped a stationary car. And from the description, it's definitely Dave.
Did you see what kind of...
Silver Subaru Impreza, station wagon style.
Okay, all right. Right, we're going to go down and just make sure, well, we'll try and find him first. All right.
With Dave's driving now attracting attention wherever he goes, somebody's reported seeing him in a nearby street. And moments later, Kelly and Wayne have got their man.
Comms HSI, we're 3 here with the offending vehicle. Yeah, wind your window down, sir. Now stay in the car. Okay, you're not obliged to say anything, but anything you do say may be given evidence. I just want to ask you a few questions. Do you understand that? You're not obliged to say anything. Anything you do say may be given evidence. Yep. Okay. Whereabouts have you come from? You what? You went to go see your missus. And what?
No, because I'm not allowed to go.
You're not allowed to go there? They said you refused to leave. No? Why didn't you stop to talk to the people you'd been in the crash with? I asked you a question. Why didn't you stop to talk to them? No, you weren't. You turned out of the street. I had to put my lights on to stop you. You weren't going to stop. Tell the truth now. You weren't planning on stopping at all, were you? You were supposed to stop and ascertain who is at fault and swap details.
Oh, you know what? Because I'm drunk, because I'm drinking.
Because you're drinking, yeah, that's right.
Dave's mumbling answers have explained very little, but the admission he's been drinking brings an immediate response.
The green crystals have gone well past the line, which says to me that you're over the limit. All right? So because that's a fail, okay, now I require you to accompany me to the Henderson Police Station or other such place for the purpose of an evidential breath test, blood test, or both. Do you understand that? Okay, because you'll be required to accompany me, you have your rights. You have the right to refrain.
Back at Henderson Station, the failed test is confirmed.
Okay, you got 615 and 650. We've taken the lowest result, which is 615, 0.615 micrograms per litre of breath. Okay, that's a fail. It's a failed result. The limit's 400, and you've blown 215 over that. He's looking at a raft of charges relating to his driving as well as the trespass, and he'll be off to court tomorrow.
When Dave went to court, he was convicted of a third or subsequent excess breath alcohol, driving while disqualified, careless driving and willful trespass. He was disqualified from driving for a further year, given 200 hours community work, 9 months supervision, ordered to undertake an alcohol assessment and counselling, and to attend an anger management course. But because he's already disqualified, he faces a far more immediate problem. He's just lost his car.
At the moment, the car's been impounded.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you won't be getting your car back for 28 days.
Oh, no.
Okay?
But, because I want to come in the morning because they didn't know I'm going to the court straight in here.
Yeah. Oh, so you want to tell your family?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll tell them once you've spoken to the doctor first.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
Okay, walking down Brave, can't making trouble with the little Brave over here. Look how big he is. Okay, and they're smoking. Yeah, that's what they call East Side work. East Side rabbit. Black power shit. Fuck you, mate.
Only an hour before, Jimmy had been fighting in the middle of Taupo, and Constable Red Foden had been called to the scene.
Well, we've just had a report of 6 youths fighting. It's only 100 yards over here, so I can't really use the sirens because I know we're coming.
Lane at the rear of Hellenstein. Currently starting to decamp towards the Starlight Arcade, described as 6 to 18-year-olds, unknown weapons, no descriptions.
Just coming past Ian's watch shop.
These guys are looking back and trying to get out of the way in a hurry by the looks of it, so these are guys you want. 3 in dark clothing, 2 in red top.
With the search for the others continuing, 2 familiar faces emerged from behind some shops and walked straight into Red.
What's been happening?
Getting on Q3 towards the light.
Stay here. Comms, TBQ. Yeah, I have 2 of them outside the Suncourt here shop. Where's the rest of them? Who have you been fighting with?
They ran away.
Yes, you do. Have you seen anything?
They just come up and started trying to stick us out.
Who's they?
And I wasn't going to stand there and fucking get wasted, so I fought it back.
You fought it back, did you?
These dog shit motherfuckers just came out of nowhere.
What's your language?
Well, they did.
Just tell me what they did, okay?
They come up to us and started going, barking like ugly little mutts. They all the ones down there in red, but they all in a group.
All right, come down here. We're going to have a walk, see if we can find them.
I'm not going down there.
Yeah, you come back.
Member down there.
I'll protect you.
But Brian doesn't have to worry. Police have caught up with the rival group around the corner and have already found cannabis in one of their bags.
Roger, those 2 people that you're off with, who are they and what were they involved with?
And they're claiming to be the victims.
You say that like it's absurd.
But Acting Sergeant Shane McNally has already had witness confirmation that everybody was fighting.
Advise you being under arrest for disorder, okay? Disorder? Disorderly behaviour, man.
Oh.
Alright? You're right, refrain from making a statement.
I'm going to take these two back.
And while Jimmy's taking his arrest in his stride, Brian isn't so happy.
You can't help it when someone comes up and starts hitting you. What
Yeah,
are you
you
meant to
walk
do?
away.
Oh, we work off. Ask all of them. Yeah, we will. Well, they started over here and we walked all the way into there. Then
You could walk away, mate.
Go on, if someone hit a cop there, fucking smash them.
That's not a very good thing to say
Well,
while
they
you're sitting
will.
in a police car.
Back at the station, Brian's displeasure at everything and everybody is taking him dangerously close to a night in the cells.
Yeah, you never searched like this any other time.
Yes, you do, bro. Put your hands up there, mate.
We're doing it today.
And if you want to get out of here, okay, you need to be in a manner and calm so you can go, okay? We can't have you going back out there and causing another fight.
We didn't cause the fight.
Well, you're involved in it, mate, okay? What you need to do is calm down and then I can let you go. For you to do that, I need you to fingerprint you. Okay? Sit down here, chill out, fill this out, I'll fingerprint you, photograph you, give you some paper, then you can go. But I'm not going to release you until you're calm. Okay? No, put it down there. You're right, better.
Down the corridor, Jimmy's claims of innocence are undermined by the fact that his knuckles are bruised and bloodied.
How'd you hit your fists?
Oh, just...
Stick them out here, is it? Turn them over. How'd you do that?
Oh, just accident.
Now put your hand down. So that wasn't from someone's teeth?
No, it didn't look like it.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, it would have been dug in. It's been scraped.
Scraped on what?
Yeah, the road.
Hey?
The road.
The road. You really think...
That hasn't been dug in teeth, has it? Doesn't it?
Looks like someone's face, man.
Not. Well, was their face bleeding? Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Shoot. I can't know, did they?
Sit down and be quiet, eh? And we'll process you guys and you're out of here.
Back at the desk, Brian's trying to come to terms with the strict conditions of his bail.
You need to get out there and you need to hightail it across the park and go home because you're on conditions not to come back into the CBD. Alright?
What's CBD?
I'll explain it to you, man. It's
The
at the town
The whole
centre.
of town.
Yep. Except for court. So if you come into court, that's fine. But if you don't, you come into town here, we find you in town this afternoon, you're breaching your bail, okay? You understand?
That's not going to stop. We're just going to fight somewhere else. You're only the help preventing the problem.
Okay, you got 25 cents back in your hat. Sign there, man. We'll print your name the next line down. Please. Oh, you need an angry signature.
With Brian being escorted out, his mate Paul takes the opportunity to rub salt in the wounds of the rival gang, and pandemonium breaks out. Jimmy was convicted of disorderly behaviour and was fined $200, and Brian was convicted and discharged for the same offence. Paul's disorderly conviction cost him $380 in fines and costs, but though they'd gone for the day, they hadn't gone for long.
Well, Pianga Street, you got a fight in the 20 males.
2 days later, Constables Doug Winters and Jay Ferguson are called to a major fight in a nearby suburb.
Apparently armed pieces of wood. Still lots of yelling and screaming over the phone.
Copy.
All bolting, eh?
When they arrive at the scene, they find the 6 guys from the previous fight, and a whole lot more.
Stuff here as well.
Northcom's PY01.
Mate, what's going on? I just come and get my sons.
Hey, what's been happening?
I don't know. I just come and get my sons.
With more than 40 people on the street and only a few officers, police make the decision to disperse the crowd before there are any serious injuries.
Go home, okay? Go home. People, where's home? Your bag's down there, are they?
All I want is my shoe. Look, can you see the one shoe?
What's that on your back then?
No, my bag.
The other bag.
And my other one.
So whereabouts were you tonight? So you had an address?
And we seen all the ruckus and come out and that.
But just as everything seems to be quietening down, Brian emerges out of the pack.
Just go home, guys.
Fuck up, you slobs.
Come on, come on, babe.
Just keep
Look at me,
going.
I've got bat marks all over me and you expect me to shut up?
Yes, I do. Okay. What happened?
Fucking cunts bashed me out with bats, that's what happened.
What was it all about?
Fucking slobs, that's what it was about. Can you go down there and find my shoe, please? Look, here's the shoe. There, can you find the right one? Look, here's my shoe.
It's back down over there on the footpath.
Well, can you go and grab it, please? Because I know you don't want me to go down there because I'll start causing some shit.
Well, if you do, you'll be arrested, okay?
The idea of being arrested again doesn't appeal to Brian, and even though this is his second time in a week that he's been involved in a fight, he still believes he's a victim.
Man, all I want is my shoe.
Just go home. You'll find it in the morning when it's daylight.
Yeah, when the slobs have got it and getting battered up and you ain't even doing nothing. Did you see the bats they had?
No, we didn't.
Cunts of bats.
Eventually, Brian quietens down and the crowd disperses. Peace is restored to the streets of Taupo for tonight. Next week on Police 10-7, when Mike miraculously escapes from a car wreck, he ends up hunted by police.
Hey, I was standing there fucking over here until that dog jumped out of his car and straight away I'm going to start running.
And excuses from a pink-stickered driver fail to impress Constable Ian Burns.
Who took the sticker off?
It was raining and it came off. I've got it in the car somewhere.
The rain took it off?
Daryl challenges the police to his own form of bush justice.
Fucking he ain't got no balls to take me out. Pull up at the park, mate. I'll take this fucking three of yous on.
And Dunedin police are on the hunt after Barry breaches his bail.
Talk to me, Joe. Where are you?
Just heading back towards his address.
Tonight on Police 10-7, when Mike miraculously escapes from a car wreck, he ends up hunted by police.
Hey, I was standing there fucking over here until that dog jumped out of his car and straight away I'm going to start running.
And excuses from a pink-stickered driver fail to impress Constable Ian Burns.
Who took the sticker off?
It was raining and it came off. I've got it in the car somewhere.
The rain took it off?
Also tonight, police go on the hunt when an offender breaches his bail.
Talk to me, Joe. Where are you?
Just heading back towards his address, Julian.
And Daryl challenges police to his own form of bush justice.
Fucking he ain't got no balls to take me out. Pull up at the park, mate. I'll take this.
Become busy for Constables Ian Murphy and Robin Sadlier as they're called to the scene of a serious accident.
Where's the accident exactly?
Right, turn left. Getting out of town. Round K before you get to about Farrer Park. Just on the right there.
High car's been called to one vehicle motor accident. Very slippery conditions tonight, and it's reported that the car's been run into a power pole. We tend to, it's about 3 or 4 k's into the country. We should be there shortly.
And if Delta can hear up this way, this guy's not here now, I don't think. Yeah, I can't see anyone. The informant told me he was out of the car. I haven't actually stopped at the car. I've done a U-turn around. It's shone my lights on. Can't see anyone.
When they arrive at the scene, Ian and Robin are met by the informants, who last saw the driver disappearing into the darkness, which, given the state of his mangled vehicle, is a miracle in itself.
We don't know where he is. Okay, basically he got out of the car. Alright, he's taken out the power pole. Do you require a report from us? Because we started back there actually.
Yeah, can you just stay there and I'll get someone to talk to you. And if you guys could just stay here because we'll have to get a dog out to track.
Yeah, if he is he gone walkabout, has he?
Yeah, the dog will track.
With dog handler Blair Benson and his partner Kane now tracking the offender, Ian and Robin continue their search of the surrounding streets.
Station looks like the car may have been stolen. The occupant has no idea that the car's been missing.
But it's not long before a report comes in that Kane has found his man.
Where are you, Delta? He's north from the accident.
So we're just heading back to the area, see if we can locate the dog handler. Believe he might have the driver of the vehicle with him. Good track, eh? Bloody good.
Amazingly, Mike walked away from the crash without a scratch and only ended up wounded when he tried to run from Kane.
All right?
Sweet.
Are you injured?
Yeah, big mutt.
Yeah, okay. Just jump in the back there, mate.
Sweet, cuz.
We'll get you a doctor when we get back to the thing. Just stay there, eh?
Oh, I don't want a doctor, bro. You just take me back.
No, you're going back to the station, mate. Good work, Benny. Excellent, mate. So you've been in the nightclub and you just come home and take
I
it?
haven't been in the nightclub at all.
You taking mum and dad's car?
No, I ain't taking no mum and
Smashed it. So how were you out here?
Babe, I stay out here, babe.
Do you stay in the middle of that paddock?
Babe, I was staying fucking over here until that dog jumped out of his car and straight away I'm gonna start running.
Yeah? You jumped out of the car?
Babe, I've been walking over here since I got to Manatuki, man.
Yeah?
And then that dog jumped out fucking straight away I'm gonna start running.
Jumped out? Where did the dog jump out of?
Fuck, I know where it come from. Fuck, all I heard was a mutt running. Fuck.
Yeah? So how did your mum's car get out of here?
Where is it at?
Crashed into that power pole across the road there.
What is it?
It's your mum's car.
But Mike's story that he had nothing to do with the crash has one vital flaw.
He was hiding in behind some pallets and then he tried to take off. So
He was saying
just desserts.
He was saying that he was walking down the road or something and he just seen the dog coming.
He also had the car keys on it,
Yeah, okay. We'll take you back to the station now, okay?
Sweet is.
Alrighty?
Sweet.
Just blow through that. You know how to blow through it hard, eh? Keep that going, mate. Okay. He blew 666 micrograms of alcohol per litre of breath, and he's been processed for that. He's not wanting a blood sample taken. He'll be served with a summons to go to court, and then he'll be released from police custody, and he'll have to go home and tell his mum and dad what happened.
In court, Mike pleaded guilty to driving with excess breath alcohol. He received 66 hours community work and was ordered to pay $3,849 in reparation for the damage to the power pole.
Oh, yo, see soon.
I'm not concerned about pink stickers because all they do is just give you more fines, and if you don't have a job, they put more money on top of your fines. And if you don't have a job, how do they expect you to pay it? I mean, there's no way around it. They just keep slapping money on top of them, don't they?
A week before Nathan ended up in a cell at Lower Hutt Station, his approach to life and the law had set him on a collision course with the police.
Okay, well, we're going to pull over this car here. It's drove past us the other direction. Doesn't exactly look to be up to warrant of fitness standards, so we'll pull it over and check it out. There you go, mate. All right, get your licence on your butt.
The other things that have attracted Constables Ian Burns and Nick Pendergast to Nathan's car are the brand new number plates.
These the right plates for it? You just got new plates?
Yeah, the driver's saying he's just got these registration plates this morning.
But a check reveals that the plates are false and the car was ordered off the road the night before because of its dangerous suspension.
Did you get that?
What was it?
There's a pink sticker at about 11 o'clock last night, and that was the driver.
But worse was to come for Nathan.
Yeah, LH01 QP from Dillickno.
He's only got a restricted licence and the qualified driver in the passenger's seat is disqualified.
Driver, qualified driver. Qualification team on the 26th of the 4th, 2006.
Roger. Okay. You're disqualified at the moment, right? Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't count as a full licence then? You know, you got to have the full licence in the...
doesn't it count?
No, it doesn't. He's a disqualified man, so... Afraid you're going to get done for that. What's the story with the pink sticker last night?
Last night?
Yeah. Who took the sticker off?
It was raining and it came off. I've got it in the car somewhere.
The rain took it off?
Well, the rain, it was raining and it's sliding down.
Oh, was it?
So I just
Okay.
put it in here, so...
Right. Have you got it there? Doesn't look that wet, eh, man?
Oh, it's been in here since last night.
It's dried out.
There aren't many laughs in a police officer's job, but Nathan's story was one of the most unlikely Ian Burns had heard.
The rain took it off.
It was quite wet last night.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Right.
Oh, that's a goodie.
Yeah.
The rain took it off. Okay, so there's going to be a fistful of tickets, really.
A few minutes later, Nathan's drive had cost him $1,000 and earned him another pink sticker.
I believe you have taken that pink sticker off. They don't come off that easily. However, I can't prove it, so I'm not going to give you a ticket for it. I am going to give you a ticket, however. The conditions were explained to you when it was issued that you weren't allowed to drive it, and you are driving it, okay? So I'm issuing you with a infringement notice for $600 plus $400 for restricted driver unaccompanied. Okay, so there's your line with that, payable 28 days after today.
Do you get to put that on?
Yes, I do, and yes, I am. And you're not going to take it off this time, are you?
No.
No, because I'm letting you drive at 50 k's an hour down to the VTNZ.
Okay.
Not to drop him off at the dentist.
Yep, down to VTNZ.
Okay, that's your problem, mate. And make sure that doesn't come off again, eh?
Yep.
All right, so you understand? It's a warning for... conditions are exactly the same as last time. If you take that off, the other officer or whoever that stops you next time, and you will get stopped in this again, may not be so lenient. Okay?
A few days later, Constable Carolyn Martin was called in by Nathan's ex-girlfriend Blair because the car that's getting all the pink stickers really belongs to her.
And the conditions were that I pay for it in cash and Nathan pays me back with weekly payments, and until it's paid off, it's under my authority.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, when we went to pay for the car, I had to be at work, so Nathan went and physically bought the car with my money, but the guy we bought it off wanted the registration papers changed then and there, which is why it's in his name. And a few weeks ago we had a falling out over another incident that he was involved in, and so I kicked him out, and now he's stolen my car, obviously, to get back at me. So.
Okay. So it's registered in his name, but he's used your money to pay for it.
Yeah.
That night, Carolyn Martin's called to a suspect car in Nainai, and it turns out that it's Nathan again. And this time, he's with a couple of new girlfriends, and he's already had another 2 pink stickers since dealing with Ian Burns.
Hi there, girls. What are you guys up to tonight? Have you been pulled over today already? No. Okay. Well, we're investigating a relation to an incident involving your girlfriend.
Is that
I
me?
know this vehicle, yeah.
For Nathan and his friends, the stolen car means a trip back to Lower Hutt Station, where everybody got a chance to talk about Nathan's approach to accumulating fines.
Follow me, thanks. You too.
$800, no, it's not that much, but add it to the collection. Add it to the collection, there's about $5 grand worth of fines in this. At least. At least.
I've read through my fines that I have sitting in my glove box. There seems to appear to be around about $8,000 worth of fines sitting in my glove box at the moment.
Although Nathan still has to deal with the fines, charges relating to stealing the car were dropped, and Blair got back a vehicle that would never make it back onto the road, leaving her paying off a bank loan for a useless piece of junk, although a little bit wiser for the experience.
Well, if you're going to deal with an ex-boyfriend just in a car, be really, really careful. You don't want to get yourself in this kind of mess, because it's hard to explain your side of the story, but the cops have been really good about it, so I guess I'm lucky.
Sharp, mate. Thanks, good.
It's early Saturday evening in Dunedin, and Constables Julian Reel and Jared Kirk are on their way to arrest Barry, who's breached his bail conditions on a charge of assault.
At the moment we're heading up to try and find a guy who's got an active charge. He was put on some pretty stringent bail conditions, and he's breached those by going to an area which kids frequent, and he's tried to grab a boy who's a previous victim of his. So we're going to go up to his address and see if he's there, and if he is, he's going to be arrested. Apparently this guy can play up a little bit, so if he is there, there's the potential for things to get a little bit exciting.
And as predicted, as soon as they arrive at the address, things don't go quite according to plan.
As I meant.
The suspect's inside, but they're obstructed by Barry's mate.
G'day, how's it going?
Yeah.
Good stuff. We just need to have a chat with you.
Step off.
Yeah, bring him here. He's breaching his bail, mate.
He's not breaching bail.
He breached his bail yesterday. Just excuse me, we saw him, all right? Come here, please.
When did he breach his bail? He's off fucking curfew.
Is he hiding behind the door? Just bring him here,
I'll
please.
fucking bail so he hasn't breached.
Where is he, mate?
He's running it over the park, mate.
Which way? Can I run round or we'll take the car?
That's right at the back, so take the car, mate.
Our man's just doing a runner at the back. We got held up at the door by his friends. Comms from I2. Yeah, we've got a chap running from us, breached his bail last night. He's on foot, running through the park. If you've got any spare units, if they could come and assist, please. Could hide in a million places, couldn't he? Go ahead.
Yep, the dogs is a long way away, he said, so he'll be not coming.
Yeah, thank you.
With Delta officers still a long way from the scene, Julian and Jared decide to search the nearby school ground.
Yeah, we're just in the school at the moment, having a look for him.
And although the light's rapidly fading, it's not long before Barry's found.
Yeah, I'm chasing him through property.
Whereabouts, Jared? Talk to me, Jared, where are you?
Just heading back towards his address, Julian. Street. I'll come and see you, where are you?
Outside his address.
Why'd you
way forward?
I wasn't up down the shop. You're going to the shop? Out the back way.
Which shop? Yeah, we all know you're lying. Just sit on the wall here. Okay, you're under arrest for breaching your bail conditions, mate.
Oui.
Yesterday, so just listen to me.
Yesterday I was...
Yeah, just listen to me. You're not obliged to say anything. Anything you do say...
While Julian gives Barry his rights, Jared heads off to retrieve the patrol car from around the corner.
So why did you run if you hadn't done anything wrong?
I was going to the shop.
At the back door.
That's the way I was going to the shop.
And you just decided you had to sprint to the shop when the cops came looking for you?
I was going off to the shop.
Yeah.
Oh, look how many police cars you wasted on that. 1, 2, 3, was it 3 or 4 cop cars?
That's
Fuck,
'cause-
you waste your police resources.
Well, we're so keen to keep you in over the weekend.
Nah, it's fucking excellent, eh? It'd be great to have a good sleep.
Yeah.
Fucking...
Might get a few more nights than what you're anticipating.
Doubtful. Because your breach is bullshit. For sure. I wasn't anywhere near any skate park. And you've got no evidence of it.
I don't believe you. Do have evidence, okay?
Where's your evidence?
I don't have to show it to you right now.
Yes, you do. And where's the time? You haven't given me a time.
You're
And I can prove to you that I was at a certain time not in that place.
You saw the chap's attitude in the car. He's basically in denial. But unfortunately for him, we have a statement from the victim in this matter. And when confronted with some of that information, he's already admitted to being in the area where this offence was supposed to have taken place. So even at the very early stages, his story's starting to fall apart.
Barry was eventually found guilty of assault. He was convicted and sentenced to 2 months in prison.
Thank you.
They're having a bit of a struggle.
Yeah, he normally gives her a real good hiding.
Really?
It's Friday night in Mangere, and Constables Lewis Ott and John O'Chapel have just been called to a violent domestic involving a very familiar offender.
We're off to a domestic dispute in Mangere. A lady has rung up, she's screaming down the phone that her partner is either given her a hiding or is about to, so we'll go and see if we can help her out at all.
Arriving at the address, Lewis and Jono are greeted by screams of distress.
Put yourself down, mate.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Come in, have you for a minute? How is she?
And at the door they're met by Daryl, who says his girlfriend Mary is being hysterical over nothing. But his instant aggressive reaction to the camera and the police is an indication of what's been going on inside.
Yes, that is the game, mate. I told you how it goes. Yep, that's how it goes. There we go. Okay, all right.
While Jono goes into the house to check on Mary, Lewis tries to get some sense out of Daryl, who's insisting she's the one at fault.
Okay, why is she screaming like that? Is she drunk or is she...
She's pissed, mate.
Is she? Okay.
Yes. And you follow through that to me.
Well, mate, you weren't playing the game, mate. I was talking to you quite calmly. I'll do your earring up before it falls out. No, okay. I was talking to you quite calmly. It was cool.
Mate.
Okay, excellent.
Listen to it.
I can hear it, mate. That's why we're here.
Have I punched her over?
I don't know.
Well, go and have a look.
All right. Go on, then. Jump in my car.
Yeah. You've arrested me.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yep.
I want to see my lawyer.
Yes, you can see your lawyer.
Okay.
You're under arrest for
Who's he?
assault, okay?
Yes.
There are a few things you need to know.
As Daryl is given his rights, Jono remains inside to comfort Mary and wait for an ambulance.
The female thought I was the alleged offender. It's absolutely hysterical and locked herself in the bathroom. Managed to coax her out of the bathroom and speak with her. She's received some nasty injuries. It appears as though she may have a head injury. While I was talking to her, she passed out. This is the alleged bottle that has been used as part of the assault. We've got the male in custody in the back of our car. We'll be taking him through to Papakura, and the female's off to hospital to be assessed.
You're not a man.
I'm not a man now.
You're not a man.
On the way back to the police station, Daryl finds a new focus for his anger.
Fucking, he ain't got no balls to take me out. Pull up at the park, mate. I'll take this fucking 3 of yous on.
Will you?
Yeah.
Get your
You
alley
ain't
beam
got
on
no
it. Your alley
balls,
lights
mate. You ain't got no balls.
And by the time they arrive, Daryl's desire for confrontation makes him even more difficult to deal with as he continues to clash with police.
It's a setup! You like it? I'm not even fucking gonna touch you, mate. I'm gonna shit on you.
Are you? He'll stay here tonight. He'll go to court tomorrow. We'll be opposing his bail, and hopefully we can keep him away from his partner for a while, which I think she'd be quite keen on.
Come on, in you.
Settle down.
Daryl is charged with assault with intent to injure, and despite the police opposing his bail, he was released. And the following evening, Jono and Lewis are back on patrol. They're on their way to pay Daryl a visit.
We're just on our way to conduct a bail check on the male who we arrested last night for assaulting his partner. He's got to be at home between the hours of 7 in the evening and 7 in the morning. He's also not allowed to associate with the victim, his partner, and he can't go anywhere near her address. Oh, well, we've just conducted a bail check on the male involved in the domestic last night. Knocked upstairs, knocked downstairs, waited around, knocked repeatedly, but unfortunately there's no answer. So at this stage he's deemed to be in breach of his bail conditions. We'll be trying to catch up with him at a later stage and arrest him for that and put him before the courts.
The following night, Sunday, Jono and Lewis are back on Daryl's case.
Hello. You're familiar with all your bail conditions? Yeah. Yeah, okay, you need to be here between... No, you weren't, okay? You went around and... Who picked up your vehicles last night?
My mate, up there.
Yeah, no, you were seen picking them up.
No.
Okay, you're under arrest now for breach of bail, all right? Okay? Okay.
It was a more subdued Daryl who followed the police to the patrol car, but the case never went to court. Mary eventually recovered from her injuries and the couple reunited, and Mary refused to testify against Daryl. Next week on Police 10-7, a speedster's hasty escape comes to an abrupt and unfortunate end.
That is a nasty bit of...
nasty piece, yeah.
That's a nasty bit of... What is it?
It's his fault.
A woman fears for her life when her partner's temper rages.
But I can't say no to him, or otherwise you'll, give me a hiding or kill me or whatever.
And Tim tries his best to walk the line.
Can you stand up? Can you walk around? Are you sure? You're not...
Tonight on Police 10-7, a speedster's hasty escape comes to an abrupt and unfortunate end.
That is a nasty bit of...
nasty piece, yeah.
That's a nasty bit of... What is it?
It's his forehead.
And a lover's tiff leaps into overdrive.
I said, look, I've got kids, don't fucking drive, you're drunk. He tried driving and that's when he hit her.
What's your home address?
Also tonight, a woman fears for her life when her partner's temper rages.
But I can't say no to him, or otherwise you'll, give me a hiding or kill me or whatever.
And Tim tries his best to walk the line.
Can you stand up? Can you walk around? Are you sure? You're not going to stumble around?
On Auckland's North Shore, Senior Sergeant Jennifer Richardson is on patrol when she receives a call for assistance from a unit engaged in a pursuit.
We're on the
the way to a failing to stop where a car has failed to stop for a police officer. They've had a chase, so we're on the way over there now.
But before Jennifer catches up, the chase comes to an abrupt and unfortunate end.
He's crashed into the house.
Oh, God.
We've got one occupant, he's out of the vehicle, he's unconscious, extremely 1K. He's hit his head on the windscreen.
Okay, the driver has crashed. He's unconscious, he's knocked himself unconscious by hitting his head on the windscreen. The officer there has reported that he is a suspected 1K driver, which is our code for intoxicated driver. And if he is intoxicated, then they will begin breath or blood procedures. Comms TWN, I'm going 10-7.
When Jennifer arrives at the scene, there's little doubt that the driver of the now mangled Subaru has been drinking.
He's even drinking a pint at the time. There's a pint glass in the
There's a lesson to be learnt.
And as Sergeant Matthew Arnold Kelly points out, being too drunk to notice a house in his path has cost Frank more than just a fine.
The driver of the vehicle that's being chased has got moderate injuries. It's what we call status 3, which is moderate, not serious, and not life-threatening. He's got a cut on his forehead. There's some skin that's been removed because he wasn't wearing a seatbelt and he's hit the windscreen.
He's got a big hole in the front of his head. We'll have to get a serious crash unit here, I think. We'll call him out.
Yeah, I think Matt's already done that.
Oh, okay. Because I think we should get it done.
Yeah, and photos as well.
It could be quite serious, yeah.
Nobody home?
No, it doesn't look like it, no.
As Frank is prepped for the trip to hospital, the SCU team arrives to begin their scene examination.
The serious crash unit's just arrived. They will look at the scene and establish things like speed. They'll do a detailed diagram of the area, and they will decide on what speed he was going based on skid marks, etc. And they are our experts when it comes to serious crash scenes.
With Frank stabilised, he now enjoys an escorted ride to hospital where he'll be treated and given a blood alcohol test, albeit less of a man as he's left a small piece of himself on the windscreen.
That is a nasty bit of...
nasty piece, yeah.
That's a nasty bit of... What is it?
It's his forehead.
Oof! He's going to have plastic surgery.
Back at Takapuna Station, the initial pursuing constable, Cameron Darley, is finishing his report on how the chase transpired.
We noticed a Subaru Legacy had overtaken dangerously coming onto the other side of the road. So I put the lights on and took off after the car. And then we followed it down to Nicholson Road, where the vehicle had slammed into a house. When I opened the door, it reeked of alcohol. He was quite incoherent. He came in and out of consciousness, but he definitely looked like he'd been drinking tonight.
Frank eventually recovered from his injuries, but his blood test showed he was driving well over the legal limit. He pleaded guilty in court and was convicted of driving with excess blood alcohol and dangerous driving. Frank also received a $500 fine, was ordered to pay $1,364 in reparation for damage caused to the house, and disqualified from driving for 16 months. But Frank's greatest loss was the legacy he left behind on the windscreen of his car. In Dunedin, constables Nick Lear and Richie Elwood are on their way to an incident where a young woman's been run down by a car.
Yeah, roger, we're 7.
At the address, the victim, Lisa, is laid up on the couch in agony, and the offending vehicle is nowhere to be found.
We were having an argument and he told me to get out of the car and I wouldn't. And I finally did get out of the car and then he hopped in the driver's seat and then ran me over pretty much and I went flying across the ground and hurt my ankle.
Okay.
With myself or
He's DBA, yeah.
He's still in charge of it. Here's your bag.
Okay, the ambulance is here now, so we'll, whereabouts is now?
Here.
Oh, this is
I
here,
don't want
right?
to talk to you, eh? Oh, she's had too much to drink.
Lisa's friend Amber was in the vehicle when the incident occurred, and despite her initial reluctance to talk to police, she's soon telling Richie everything she saw.
Had a bit of a barney? Yeah?
Yeah, he told her to get out of the car.
Yep.
She got out of the car. She goes, I want my stuff back. He turned around and said, get fucked, shut the door. I said, look, I've got kids, don't fucking drive, you're drunk. He tried driving and that's when he hit her.
Okay, and what happened to you?
We hit me over pretty much and I went flying across the ground and hurt my ankle.
Okay. She's got out of the driver's. Has he jumped into the driver's seat?
Yeah.
The keys are still left in there?
Yeah.
Okay. And he's put it into gear. And he's revved it or anything, or honked, or something?
No, he revved it. He just went straight into it. He just...
So how far do you reckon he's travelled, from me to you, or from me to that?
Like, probably to that main post. To that main post. And he was over here. Yeah, he was back here when he travelled that much.
Okay, and what did she do? Did she fall
was
to the
like
ground?
this. She was like this. And he stopped and she went flying like that.
Did you go up on the bonnet at all?
Well, we didn't go forward into me yet, but not like right up.
Like you didn't roll off the bonnet or anything, you basically hit you and you fell backwards, yeah? Okay.
He just got out of the car when she fell down, went over to her. That's when I got in the car and lost it and punched him a couple of times.
You got in the car?
Well, I was in the car and I got out.
You got out, okay.
And then he was already with her at that time.
And what was he saying to her on the ground?
I can't remember. That's when I was losing it.
Yeah, were they having an argument?
Yeah.
Or was he
was yelling at her. That's all I remember.
Okay. And you lost it and started throwing a few punches at him?
Yeah, and I threw a couple of punches in his head and in his back.
Yep.
And that didn't seem to do anything.
There's no doubt Lisa was hit by the car, but no one knows if it was an accident or intentional. Eventually she's taken to hospital and Nick and Richie get a chance to compare the different stories. And there are inconsistencies all round. Some witnesses have backed up Amber's claim that it was all Jason's fault, and others have even said that he beat her. And while Richie heads off to track down Jason to get his side of the story, Nick hopes the original informant can shed more light on the situation.
She went up over the bonnet. I would say her head would have almost reached the windscreen.
How far did he drive with her on the bonnet?
A foot or two, and then he slammed on the brakes and she fell to the ground. So he got out of the car, come round, and he disappeared out of my sight because I've got a wall.
It's unclear as to whether there's an offence has been committed. It looks like the female that was run over may possibly have stepped into the path of the moving vehicle rather than the vehicle speeding towards her and running her over. The driver was brought back to Dunedin Central and he hasn't been driving with excess breath alcohol. The driver is going to be interviewed as to his version of the events.
I told her to fuck off out of my car and she did, and I hopped in the driver's seat, and as I was driving off she jumped in front of my car and leant on the bonnet, and I put the brakes on and she fell to the ground.
There was an allegation that after the victim fell to the ground, he may have come out of the car and punched her several times, but the people that have said that have been approximately 50 metres away and their view's been obscured. So unless the victim says that, there'll probably be nothing to corroborate that.
I got out and tried picking her up off the road. She punched me in the head 4 times, so I just left her there and crying awful about her leg. I still hope she's all right, and I love her a bit.
At this stage, we've got a few more inquiries to make, and we'll need to evaluate those once the victim's been spoken to and go from there.
During further inquiries, Lisa admitted that Jason hadn't hit her and that she'd stepped in front of the car as he'd tried to drive away. Jason was released without charge and Lisa eventually recovered from her injuries.
Outside that address, a male is hitting the female. Described as a male Polynesian, 35 years old, wearing a grey sweatshirt and blue jeans.
In South Auckland, Constable Solomon Curry and Warwick Adkin are on their way to help sort out a volatile domestic dispute.
So that apparently it looked like the male was trying to force the female to get into his truck. Fender's very 1K. Looks like the male is leaving in the truck.
But by the time they get to the address, the offender's taken off.
Yeah, the vehicle that's been involved in this incident has just headed northbound on Finlayson Ave. So our sergeant's just gone off after him, see if we can stop him, get his side of the story, and we're just going to see if we can locate the female and see what she has to say for herself.
Up the driveway, police find the female victim, Mandy, with a witness who saw the assault.
Oh, I come out, I was watching the bloody rugby. I didn't know whether it was the rugby or the outside, and then I heard this fella out here attacking this lady. So I come out and I told him piss off. And I told her to stay here because he was begging her to go with him.
Who's the
Doug like this man?
Yeah, it's my boyfriend.
Does your partner become aggressive towards you quite often?
Sometimes.
Sometimes he hits you.
Yeah, sometimes.
What was he doing?
He had her on the ground pulling her hair and he was like this in the side and I run down and I said, nah, go away mate.
Okay, have you received any injuries from the assault?
I don't know.
How many times did he punch you?
Oh, I saw about at least 4 or 5.
I try to put him out of because he's no good. He's got wife and children. But I can't say no to him or otherwise he'll, keep me hiding or kill me or whatever.
But he has a wife and children.
But now we used to live together, but I know he's lying. He went back to his wife. No. So now I said to him, no, you're staying there. But he told me he just only lived there because of the children. But I don't...
So he doesn't live with you permanently? No, he just comes and sees you now and then?
Although Mandy's more concerned about her partner's marital affairs than her own well-being, the police priority is to keep her safe.
You know, if you don't want to have any contact with him at all, you can have that in the protection order. If he comes around and contacts you in any way, okay, well, that means that he's breaching the protection order. Okay? And he can be arrested for that and charged.
Just give him one more chance. If it's do it again, it's just a warning and give him a lesson, just if he do it again tonight or whatever time, he will be arrested.
Yeah, okay. Another car has stopped your partner up the road. Okay, so we've got to go up there, have a talk to him.
Despite being badly beaten, Mandy's still prepared to give Billy another chance. And while other officers begin to take formal statements, Warwick and Solomon head down the road to talk to Billy.
Okay, did you punch her while she was in the driveway?
I didn't.
Okay, well, we've just been talking to 2 people.
Yeah, that's what they said,
They said that they've seen you punch her?
No, I didn't.
At least 3 to 5 times?
No, I swear to God, I didn't.
Okay. I'll just let you know.
I'm not a violent person.
But unfortunately for Billy, the witness statement means his story isn't looking good.
He walked out here and there's a gentleman beating the crap out of his missus. And I said to him, hey, cut that out. And he sort of didn't listen, so I pushed him away and said, no, can't do that, mate. And then he mellowed out and was begging me not to ring the police.
Yeah, keep going.
Billy's story isn't the only thing blown away tonight. With a quick roadside breath test, Billy's evening is about to get worse.
Okay, that's great. All right, the green has gone past the yellow line. Okay. What that means that your breath alcohol limit has exceeded 400 micrograms of alcohol per litre of breath. Okay. Because that's a failed result, I now require you to accompany me to the Manuka police station or other such place for the purpose of evidential breath test, blood test or both.
And back at the police station, Billy waits for the moment of truth.
The legal limit is 400. Okay? So you're 285 over that. Okay? Okay, nice to inform you of that. We can drop you home, okay, but what we've got to do is sort everything out first, okay?
As long as you can drop me home.
Well, depending on what happens.
There's nothing happened. I didn't do anything silly. What you do now, this is what I tell you, it's true.
Okay. That's great, okay, but we still have to go through this procedure.
I know that, too.
Okay.
But once the procedures and background checks are complete, Billy's ride home becomes a night in the cells.
Turns out that he's a forbidden driver, so he'll also be charged with driving while forbidden, excess breath alcohol. With regards to the assault, he still will be charged with male assault female because we've got 2 witnesses that have seen it. So he'll be held in custody at Papakura for the weekend. He'll appear in Manukau District Court on Monday morning.
In court, Billy was convicted of assault and driving with excess breath alcohol. He received a total of 160 hours community service, was given 1 year's supervision, disqualified from driving for 6 months and ordered to undergo an alcohol and drug program.
This job we're going to is a man who's
been seen by a member of the public sniffing glue out of a bag. Apparently he looks quite out of it, and she's worried that he's going to go onto the road and peak our traffic and get squashed. So just go and see if we can find him.
When Constables Laura Irvine and Tama Morahu arrive at the bus stop, they find another officer keeping an eye on Tim.
Hey, you got some more cans? Good morning.
How long have you been? How long have you been here for?
Oh, I just come.
You just come. Whose is that?
I don't know.
Someone else's. What's that on your lip then? It's the same colour as that. Huh?
Come on. You sure?
You sure you haven't been sniffing the spray paint?
No.
You sure? Sure? Have you got any more of it?
No.
Nah. What's in your bag? Yeah, what else? Oh, what's that? What's the other can that you just had? What's that? Silver spray paint. Silver spray paint, yeah? Do you want us to take you home?
No, I'm alright.
Because can you stand up? Can you walk around? Are you sure? You're not going to stumble around? Walk over that way?
Give us a demo.
Walk that way and then come back.
Okay, that's enough. Thank you, mate.
While Tim can walk well enough now, Laura and Tama aren't convinced he'll make it home.
I tell you what's going to happen. We're either going to drive you home or you're going to be arrested.
No.
You got an option.
Is it alright I walk home now?
No.
No. Stop me.
Yeah, we'll drop you home, okay?
Okay.
So either drop you home or you go to the Auckland police station.
Oh.
You don't want to go there, do you?
No.
All right, we'll drop you home.
Cars
over here. We'd rather have him happy. Lived in the city, so quite happy just to drop him home and it was make sure he's safe.
A short time later, Laura and Tama are called to the scene of a car crash.
Going to a vehicle accident. There's a car versus tree and the car's on fire. Got the ambulance and fires also on their way to this job.
By the time they arrive at the scene, the fire is under control, and a witness tells Laura how the driver crashed while trying to make a fast turn.
Yeah. Because when I was going down this way, I saw this lady coming in and she was a pretty fast speed, and I knew she would not be able to make it up. And when woman down, I could hear her bang, so I just parked the car, ran in, and she was out here crying.
You the driver? Who's the driver?
She's sitting in my car. Sitting in the car.
Despite the smoking wreck, the driver of the vehicle escaped relatively unharmed, but shaken from the crash and the events leading up to it.
What happened? What's happened? Why do you think you crashed?
Because the guy was chasing me. He said I nearly hit his car.
Yeah.
Thought.
Have you got a driver's license? You don't have a driver's license at all? Have you got any ID on you? Is it, whose car? Your parents' car?
We're not sure what the history is, but it sounds something like she's come from New Lynn, from her parents' place. Whether they've had an argument or whatnot, she has relations over here. Somehow she's ended up in this tree. But she's all right. She doesn't want to see the ambulance. She looks like she's got a little knock on her head. It's not cut or anything, no blood. She's a little bit distressed, and it's hard to get too many details out of her.
She's got no driver's license. First time she's driven a car.
Really? The cousin's saying that they might have had an argument with her parents.
Yeah, she said she's taken the car because she's had something happen at home, so she's tried to come here. Apparently someone was trying to stop her.
Really?
Yeah, like someone was trying to show their badge and trying to get her to stop. And then so she said she's freaked out, come around the corner, to try and get away to go to her cousin's place and gone into the tree.
But Sharon's unusual excuses for taking the car and driving at speed won't change what happens next.
At this stage, she'll probably go to court for careless driving and also an unlicensed driver at this stage.
In court, Sharon was convicted of careless driving and received a fine of $250. Next week on Police 10-7, Hadley takes the law into his own hands.
I know you're defending yourself, but you can't go get a baseball bat and chase someone up the street, okay? Because it's wrong.
Tensions flare on the fruit-picking fields.
That guy and that guy come storming over into our faces, starting anything, stirring things up, and then it all broke loose again.
And a disgruntled drunk deals to his taxi driver.
I've been bullshitted by this too many times, but that taxi driver's trying to take me for everything, Bloody bastard.
And emotions run high between brawling boys.
Okay, what's happening?
This guy